Hi, everybody. I'm in Portland, Oregon, and it sucks. So today we're going to talk about how to build your own location-independent business. I'm actually going to walk you through the entire process, literally. I'm really going to show you exactly how we show other people how to do this. So it'll be pretty fun. I'm going to wait a few minutes for people to file in because this is a live stream, and we'll get started in a few minutes. As you can tell, I'm in my beautiful Portland, Oregon hotel room with my Portland, Oregon refrigerator and my Portland, Oregon decor on the wall. It's snowing outside, kind of. It's not really sticking. But first thing you notice when you land in the United States, when you travel internationally, you don't spend a lot of time in the United States. You don't notice this when you're in the United States. But what differentiates the United States from other countries? It's two things, okay? Because every country has its own distinct thing you notice when you land there and you walk around. You notice this, oh, this is interesting, because it's what makes that country different than other countries. United States, you know what it is? Here it is. Fat people, and you can smell weed. That's it. That's what differentiates the United States from every other country in the world. Fat people, and you can smell weed wherever you go. Doesn't matter where you are, you smell the weed. It doesn't matter if you're in Miami, Chicago, Vegas. I'm just in Vegas, Portland. It doesn't matter. You smell weed everywhere. And then you see like fat people. And I don't mean like overweight people. I'm overweight. I mean like fat. I just, as soon as you land, as soon as you walk around, you see these big fat people with big double chins and big fat bellies and big fat bodies. You don't see that in other countries. You don't. You don't see that in Dubai. You don't see it in Paraguay. You don't see that in Hong Kong. You don't see that in Panama. You see it in the United States. It's just, you don't see that. You see people who have, maybe have little beer bellies and stuff. You don't see what I see. It's just interesting. So it's fascinating to be away from the United States and come back and go, oh yeah, because when it's around you all day, you're numb to it. The old joke about the two fish, and one fish says to the fish, "How's the water today?" And the other fish goes, "What water? There's no water. What do you mean?" Right. So when you live in the United States 24/7 your whole life, you just get used to people being pissed off and angry and touchy and smelling weed wherever you go, and everyone being fat and depressed. You just get used to it. When you leave the United States for a long time, you move out of the country like I did. You come back, you go, "Oh yeah, ugh." It's just, as soon as I land in the United States, I'm like, I'm in Portland. I just talked to my wife. I'm in Portland. It sucks. I was in Vegas. Vegas is fun if you stay on the strip. But even Vegas, you got some rough people there. So we just did our, I'll get started in a few minutes as you guys are filing in. We just did our event for my team. And we also did the event for the people in the Six-Figure Warrior Mentorship and the 500K Accelerator Program. So we did a bunch of stuff. We drove Lamborghinis. That's something I did with my team. Ooh, that was awesome. Then we did ATV riding. Then we went and saw belly dancers. We had like 4 days of stuff, 3 days of stuff. It was crazy. Then we did a mastermind on Sunday, Billy and I. It was a very full weekend. So I didn't get a lot of work done other than doing those things. So now I'm really behind my work. It's great. If you guys can do me a favor in the comments and just put that you can see me and hear me, that'd be helpful. Looks like you guys can. We'll get started here with the content in a few minutes. How long has it been? 3 minutes? Okay, cool. Oh, some of you actually wrote questions before you did. Have you noticed any changes when you return to the USA? What do you think has gotten worse? Homeless. The homeless problem has gotten worse. Every time I come back, even if I come back to the United States for a few days, at least once every 6 months for logistical reasons and family. Every time the homeless gets worse and worse. And you see the homeless more and more places, homelessness. Yeah. Best country for busty Asian women would be Philippines, but their faces aren't very pretty. You see it in Cuba. Yeah, I'm sure there are other countries you could find. You see it in Mexico too, fat people. So Cuba, Mexico, United States. Where else? That's about it. Out of 200 countries in the world? Yeah, it's great. Fat people smell of weed. Oh, that's probably accurate too. The UK people aren't fat. I don't mean overweight. Again, I'm overweight. I mean fat. So you see some of that in UK, but not like the United States. And you smell weed. Interesting. All right. You can see me, hear me. Awesome. That's great. Sovereign CEO, top right. Good. That's what you want to see. Good. How would you turn a travel agency into an info selling type of business? Find a. We're gonna discuss that in this training. So we will discuss exactly that. We will discuss exactly that. Good question. Should we get started? Let's see. No, I'll wait another minute or two. Drink some water. Hang on. Wow, I'm looking skinny in this light. What the hell? That's crazy. Wow, weird. Let's see. Good. What do I think of real estate consulting? Of course, the narrow niche would be great, especially if it has to do with real estate collapsing. That's going to happen in the collapsing USA. Where I live in Dubai, real estate's exploding. It's crazy. How do I market a therapy business niche if the niche problem isn't something they want to advertise depression in public groups? I don't quite understand the question. Oh, Billy is here. Hi, Billy. Cool, dude. Dudette, sorry. Cool, man. Awesome. So, Billy, you'll be happy to see my name is Caleb Jones, not something stupid like ruler of Dubai. So we did one of these business webinars, and I put Caleb Jones, ruler of Dubai, or Caleb Tron or something like that. And Billy's like, yeah. So when you do a business webinar, could you not do something stupid in your good point. You're right. Yeah. Thanks, dear. Billy was with us over the weekend. We did a mastermind with her, and she was very popular. She's always very popular when we do these live events. They all kind of gravitate to Billy. She did a whole thing where they did a karaoke. You did a karaoke room. I wasn't there. I was too busy working and sleeping. Karaoke till like 3 a.m. in the morning on Saturday night. A whole bunch of guys showed up. It was great. Oh, that's awesome. Love the Business Badassery podcast. Yes, me too. Notice you didn't mention I smoked you on the racetrack. You didn't smoke me. You were 10 seconds ahead of me. So F you. Yeah, that's actually true. Business Badassery. We have to change the name soon. We're going to change the name. We found another podcast called Business Badassery. It's two women in Australia. So Billy and I have had to come up with a new name. I won't reveal the new name. We'll reveal the new name later. But we had to come up with a new name, brainstorm a whole new name, new logo. Shit. All right. You like my kitchen? Isn't it great? I'm at the, I won't tell you where I am because I get stalkers. I'm at just a normal hotel at the airport. Yeah, it's great. All right, let's get into content here. How are we doing? Yeah, let's go. Okay. If I didn't get to your question, I will do a full Q&A at the end of this. So in this training, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go through the process of showing you exactly how to start your own location-independent business. I'm basically going to go through exactly what we show people how to do in the 90-day business builder. I'm going to show it to you right now for free if you want to do it on your own. I'm going to go through everything. The three phases, how to do a niche. I'm going to show you all that stuff. I don't think I've ever done this. I have a lot of content. So maybe I have and I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I've never actually walked you guys through for free the entire process of setting up a location-independent business from scratch. This is it. So pretty cool. Let's see. Let me share my screen. Hang on. So I have, as some of you know, I teach a business model called Alpha 2.0, not Alpha Male 2.0, Alpha 2.0, because women can do this too. Alpha 2.0 business model. And it has several requirements. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. Why is this not clicking? Hang on a second. There we go. Number one, most importantly, it is 100% location independent. If you are not location independent in the modern era, you are not free. We live in a collapsing Western world. Around 2020-ish, we entered into a dark age that, in my opinion, is going to last several decades. Now, here's what's interesting is that we were just talking about this at the live event. Some guys were asking me about this. The old saying about soft times create soft men create hard times create hard men create soft times. Blah. Okay, so we've been going through soft times now for several decades. So soft times really began around I might do a video about this, 1983-ish to 2019-ish. That's almost 4 decades. We are now entering into Hard times. We're in an era of soft men and hard times right now. And people seem to think this is just going to be fixed in a few years. Oh, if I vote for this person, Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders, or your non-American equivalent, then it'll, within a few years we'll fix. No, you're looking at hard times for several decades. Most likely no one can tell the future with 100% accuracy, but you get my point. When you live in an era like this, you need to be 100% location dependent. Otherwise, you're in big, big trouble. I can be anywhere in the world for as long as I want, stay there for as long as I want. I have zero dip in income while I'm gone. What I teach is $85,000 a year. That is pre-tax net profit. Done a lot of studies on this. This will make you happier. That's around $7,000 a month. So the objective here is to make $7,000 a month or more. Not immediately. You have to work up to that income, but that's the objective. Also, the objective is to build that business and maintain that business on less than 30 hours a week. If you make a lot of money, but you've got to work 60, 70 hours a week for the rest of your life to maintain that income, I know a lot of guys in that category, you are not free. I don't care if you make $1 million a year. If you have to work 60 hours a week to maintain that income, you are not free. The guy who makes $100,000 a year and only has to work 20 hours a week is far more free than you. Not even close. Okay. And no employees, little overhead. I have no W-2 employees. I'm going to try my best to never do that. I don't think that's, I'm going after the big money, so I may have to do that at some point. But at the moment, I have no W-2 employees. I haven't for 16 years under this model. Employees are a lot of work, hassle, paperwork, laws, taxes. You don't want them. Okay. How to instantly start a business that increases your personal freedom, free time, and mobility, which is different than just I want to make a lot of money or I want to start a business. And the primary reason, in my view, to start a business like this is it allows you to escape your collapsing country. Right now, most of you can't do that. You're stuck where you are. Not good. Okay. Even if you have never started a business before, and that's what this material today is for. If you've never started a business before in your entire life, this is for beginners. Cool. Now, if you already have a business, this will also assist you because likely if you already have a traditional business, I was about to say traditional monogamous relationship, a traditional location dependent business, you're probably doing a lot of things wrong. Okay. I'm going to show you, and this will help you. Okay. As always, the logo is covering some of my text. I'll have to go punch it. I do not teach theory. I only teach things that I know for a fact work in the real world tactics, strategies that other people have done. I'll talk about those in a second. All of the world, so that you can get to the point where you are no longer worried about declining economies, declining countries, wars, things of that nature. Most of the things I have found that most people are talking about right now, they're worried about, the economy, inflation, the war in Ukraine, there are things I barely give a shit about. Why? Because I'm location dependent and I make decent money. Okay, you do those two things together, suddenly it doesn't really bother you. I can just, if there's a real problem in the world, worldwide, I can just go to Paraguay whenever I want and chill out there because I'm a legal resident. And I will still maintain my income, or at least the vast majority of it. Okay? So starting your own business is not about, hey man, get rich. It's not about a Grant Cardone, Dan Lok, get rich and make millions. You can certainly do that if you want. And if you want to do that, please do that. But really in the modern era, it's about freedom. And it's about not only freedom, but protection. So this business model not only frees you, it protects you. It does both these things. Very few business models do this. Okay. So here are the aspects of an Alpha 2.0 business. I already mentioned this. Make at least $85,000 per year or more. We know from empirical studies, if you make less than $85,000 a year, you will be happier if you make more than that. If you want to make more than $85,000, you can. I make many multiples of that, but you don't have to. That's up to you. Again, only 15 to 30 hours per week to maintain your income. I have said this many times. It is still true. It's getting a little more hairy, but this is still technically true. If I didn't want to grow my income at all, if I just wanted to maintain my income where it is now, I could work all day Monday, like a full day, like 10, 12 hours, a full big day, okay? Work half the day Tuesday and take the rest of the week off. Take, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off, Sunday off. Take the rest of the week off, work 2 days a week for the rest of my life and maintain all that income. I can do that. I choose not to. I have big goals. I'm a maniac, but I could. That's again, what I said earlier. Location dependent, spend time literally anywhere in the world, live wherever you want, travel wherever you want, and stay there for as long as you want. Not like I'm going to go on this, I remember those days. I could go on a vacation for a week and I could go to, Hong Kong for a week, but I had to rush back home to maintain my income. No, you should be able to go anywhere you want, whenever you want, stay there for as long as you want, and have no dip in income while you're gone. That's location independence. I've said this many times. This is from Doug Casey, if you know who that is. Staying in one place, being rooted in one country or region is the lifestyle model of a plant, not of a human being. We are nomadic creatures. We tend to, we go wherever we want. Okay. What's the point of being a plant? I don't see the point. And again, it's no longer an option. It is required in the modern era in which we live. Experience minimum hassle and overhead. No employees, no paperwork, things like that. No employees, talk about that. So we're not going to cover this particular aspect in this training because this is from zero to getting to the business operational. The next phase of that, which is outside the scope of this particular training, is having multiple income streams, ideally from multiple companies. I've talked about that in my other content, but that is also an objective. I have 2.5 businesses right now. I have about 16 different income streams right now from various different niches and businesses. And so I am protected. I'm diversified. They always talk about having a spare tire in your car. You need a spare income. If you have one income in the modern era, you're fucked. Not good. Start your business for $0 or very close to it. If you don't want to spend any money getting started. I've said this 1,000 times. This business, Sovereign CEO, is an outgrowth of another company called Alpha Male 2.0. Itself is an outgrowth of a company called Black Dragon, which I started in 2009 for about $29. $29. It was years before I spent a single penny on marketing. $29. That is a multi-six-figure income stream from today. Okay, so you don't need to. All these guys, well, I don't have any money. I didn't have any money. I had money. I was already a successful consultant back then, but I didn't want to spend any money on a second business. I wanted the business to bootstrap 100%, and I want to spend any money on it. You can do that, okay, if you want. Now, if you have money, you can do that too. Those of you who are new, there are some of you who are new to this, or at least to me, really quick. Why should you listen to me? Now, if you already know who I am, you know this stuff. But if you're new, I'm going to say I make high six figures a year. I'm going to say that. Okay, maybe I make more, maybe I don't. I try to keep that ambiguous, but I am 100% location dependent. All of my income, 100% of it is location dependent. I have started multiple companies. I think I started, I don't know the number. I should probably go back and figure out this number because people say, how many businesses? I don't know, 6 or 7, I think. I don't remember. I'll say 6. Hang on. Over the course of my life, all of them have made money. Every company I've ever started has made money. Some have made more than others. I've never started a business that didn't make money, ever. That has never happened. Never, ever. So all of them. So I've been doing this a long time. I own multiple corporations all over the world in 5 different countries. Is that still true? It might be 6. No, it's still true. I have businesses all over the world, corporations all over the world, investments all over the world. Business is my blood. It's who I am. My primary source of income, at least over the last 25 years, although that is rapidly changing, is as a business consultant. I started as a computer consultant. Then I moved into time management consulting, and now I do productivity, strategic planning, things of that nature. So that's been my primary source of income, although I have a lot of other companies besides that, as many of you know. I have over 16. I think the word over is inaccurate. I think I have 16 right now, 16 different monthly income streams. It's nice. I started from nothing. Many of you know my story. I was born into a family of 7, where my dad supported a family of 7, my mom and 5 children in the 1970s. He worked for the state of Oregon. He was a low-income guy. He was the last generation of men who could actually support a family of 7 on one income, and it was pretty rough. Now, later in life, he became successful. He retired a millionaire, so good for him. But when I was a little kid, we didn't have shit. We had nothing, and I mean nothing. I'll tell you sob stories, but we weren't poor, but we were very, very low middle class. I was thinking the other day about my children. When my children were little and the Christmases they had versus the Christmases I had when I was little. It's like night and day. It's like no comparison. Oh my God. All right. Let's see. So this is Cliff. Cliff's a good guy. Matter of fact, Cliff was with us this weekend. Cliff joined our 90-day business builder program. And within, I think, 6 weeks, he made $3,500. Never started a business in terms of that nature ever in his life. He is actually now one of the coaches in our program. He is one of the key coaches in our program in 90-day business builder. He's that good. He's awesome. This is Raza. Raza, another really good guy. Raza joined our program, and with our help, he actually negotiated a thing where he went to his boss, renegotiated how he was paid from his boss, turned his corporate job boss into a client, and now he gets other clients. So immediately he raised his income, reduced his taxes, and reduced his work hours, all within about a 4 or 5 week period. Pretty awesome. We have another guy, I don't have a picture of him. We have another guy named Kevin in our program, or he was in our program. within, I want to say 5 weeks, Billy, maybe correct me if I get this wrong, but I think within 5 weeks, he got his first client, consulting business, never started business in his entire life, $5,000 within 5 weeks. It's a 12-week program. Within 5 weeks, he was doing this. We have another guy, Jeff in our program just told me the other day, we have another guy, pretty sure this is accurate, who is in our program now, just got his first 2 customers. And Billy says, yes, 5 weeks. Cool. I was right. Awesome. His first 2 customers, $1,500 each customer, $1,500, $3,000, never started business in his life. Okay. This shit works. I'll talk more about some success stories in a minute. It's awesome. And Billy will relate to this. Our favorite thing is to watch guys make money. It's so fucking fun. I love it. It's great. Because I remember when I made my first client, when I got my first customer, I got my first client, how exciting that was. It's so awesome. So this program works. And I'm going to tell you right now in this training exactly what we teach these guys. Cool? Okay. So this is it. I'm going right into this is the content now. Okay. I'm just going to tell you exactly how to start your own location independent business. This is pretty much exactly what we teach people in the 90-day business builder program. If you want to do this yourself. Okay. Essentially, you're looking at 3 phases. Now, to be clear, this is starting from 0 to the money. This is starting from 0. I don't know what to sell. I'm a moron. I don't know what to do. I have no business experience. I have no idea what to sell. I have no idea who to sell to. This is from 0 to the money. Okay. This is what you do. Take notes. Okay. There'll be a copy of this training on YouTube too. But anyway, 3 phases. First one is developing your niche and your offering, what you are going to sell and who you're going to sell to. I will describe that in detail in a moment. Phase 2 is logistics. That's setting up your website, setting up your sales pages, setting up your corporate structures, things of that nature, setting all that stuff up. Okay, that's phase 2. And phase 3 is marketing, where you actually get the business, get the clients, and make the cash. I will go into great detail on all 3 of these right now. Niche, phase number 1. Hang on. I don't know why my throat is dry. I'm in Portland and it's raining and snowing outside. I'm not in Vegas anymore. I'm not in a desert anymore. Very first thing you do is to set up your niche. And this is the opposite of what most people do when they start a business. What most people do when they start a business is they say, I have this great idea. I'm going to shove it down people's throats. No. And I'm going to sell it to anyone in the world. My favorite example, I'm a fitness coach. I teach people how to lose weight. So anyone in the world who wants to lose weight, that's my target market. Stupid. You will get destroyed. You will not make any money. Dumb, 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 dumb. So here's how you do this. I've used this example before. Those of you who are very familiar with content will recognize this example. So let's say you have 2 attorneys that are self-employed, okay, in private practice. Right? The first attorney is a business attorney. There are a lot of those. There are actually millions of those fucking guys, okay? He's a business attorney. He helps businesses. That's it. Not niched at all. Cool? Cool. So let's compare it to attorney number 2. Now, he is also a business attorney. Okay, they're both business attorneys. However, this attorney only focuses on mergers and acquisitions, M&A stuff. That's all he does. He doesn't do anything else. If you give him any other work to do, setting up corporations or negotiations or what have you, or compliance, he says, nope, I only do mergers and acquisitions. That's it. Who do you think makes more money? Who do you think has an easier time getting clients? Who do you think gets more referrals and word of mouth? Attorney number 2. Now, I'm going to take this one step beyond that. Let's say he is even more niched and he only focuses on mergers and acquisitions in the grocery store industry. That's all he does. So if you come to him and you're a consulting firm, he says, nope, I only work grocery stores, sorry, or grocery chains. Again, he is now making even more money. He's charging even more for his prices. He's getting more word of mouth. He's more profitable and he works less hours. Now, he didn't say, well, what if there's not enough work in mergers and acquisitions in the grocery store? He didn't say that. He said, oh, I'm in a niche. This is the kind of guy where one client, he can make 7 figures from one client. If he plays his cards right. Can this business attorney do that? No, he can't. You must niche as narrow as possible. As a matter of fact, it should make you uncomfortable. The niche should be so narrow, it should be uncomfortable for you to do this, okay? So in the comparison, attorney number 2 will make more money, no question about it. My God, not even close. Charge higher prices with 0 complaints. Those are important. Not just that he can charge higher prices. He can charge higher prices and people go, okay, yeah, that makes sense. He's a specialist. I've been in scenarios throughout my business career. Billy probably has too, where I've charged high prices for certain services throughout the years, and people go, because I was charging the higher prices, but I wasn't narrow enough on the niche and the USP, which we'll talk about. Okay. So this guy can charge high prices with 0 complaints because he's niched. He will work far less hours for the equivalent or higher income. No question about it. He will get clients much easier through word of mouth because he's the only guy doing what he's doing. Make sense? So if he works with someone in the grocery industry under M&A, if they ever hear about anyone else having even any M&A desires, that's the first name they'll refer to. Okay? He'll get much more referral business and get it faster because he wants to work that hard because he's a specialist. He's specialized. He'll be more quickly perceived as an expert in the marketplace. This is huge, huge, huge. He doesn't have to try to convince you that he's an expert. If he walks up to you at a party and you say, what do you do? And he says, well, I do M&A I do mergers and acquisitions for the grocery store industry. You immediately know, oh my God, you must know your shit. Instead of saying, I'm a business attorney, right? Immediately, he's an expert in your eyes. Whether or not that's true, he is, okay? Perceived. We'll able to do targeted marketing much easier. So attorney's not a good example of this because there are certain rules where they can't market certain things. However, if you're only targeting a certain industry, a certain niche, it's now much easier to locate those people, locate those companies, purchase lists, find Facebook groups or LinkedIn groups specifically to that niche. It's a lot easier to target them for marketing instead of saying, I work with anyone in the universe who wants to lose 20 pounds. How stupid is that? How do you target that? You can't. It's everyone on earth in the Western world. So which attorney would you rather be? I know which one I'd rather be. Not even close. Okay. So your niche, you have to determine your niche. You need to make it as narrow as possible. And again, I'm going to say this again. If you're not a little uncomfortable with how small the niche is, it's probably not narrow enough. So a lot of guys say, well, Caleb, is this a niche? Is this a niche? Does it make you uncomfortable? No, it's probably not niche enough. I know a guy who sells and also sells the designs for pedals for electric guitars. I used to play electric guitar when I was a kid. Okay. You have these pedals that do like reverb and echo. You press the pedal down and it changes the signal, right? And he designs them. He does custom ones and he shows guys how to make their own. And last time I talked to him, he was making, 300 and something thousand a year. 320,000 during a recession, complete location dependent because he's niche as fuck. He wasn't scared like, well, there may not be enough money for guys who want to buy pedals. No, he just did it. Let me say this. I said this before. I'm going to say this again. I'm going to double down on this. I have never seen or heard of a niche, and I've heard of a lot, okay, where you could not make, if you do the business correctly, so there's a lot of ifs in there, but if you did the business correctly, you could not make a 7-figure income in that niche. I've never seen a niche that is too small to not make a 7-figure income. Forget 7,000 a month, 7 figures a year. I'm not kidding. And I mean that seriously. And the day I come across a niche where I'm like, oh, you can't make 7 figures, I'll let you guys know. I haven't come across it yet. Okay. Here's a big one. Boy, is this a big one. My God. The niche must have a strong problem. So here's the problem with most business owners. They have a widget or a service that they really like. And then they go, I want to sell this to people. No. No. Instead, you go to the niche or several niches and you ask them, what's your problem? And then they will tell you, hopefully. And if you hear the same thing 2, 3, 4 times, guess what? That's your niche, and now you know what to sell. If you want a lot of water, do you sit in your house and figure out, okay, there's a river way over there. I'll go hire a dump truck and I'll go have the dump truck drive over there and bring the water to me, or I'll hire a bunch of people with a bunch of pails and have them bail out. No, what you do is you get off your dumb ass and you go to the river and you stand in the middle of the river. And now you have all the water you want. Make sense? Works the same way. Here's a key tip about this, that when we've worked with people in the 90-day Business Builder program, we've had over 75 people go through this program already. Okay, either go through it last year or going through it now. Okay. If you have to explain what it is you're selling in order to sell it, you have not found a problem. Okay, makes sense? That's very common, especially with smarter guys, smarter people. They'll say, well, what I'm selling is this and does this and this and this. And like these guys, I have this new crypto thing and it does this and this and this and this and this and this and this. If you have to explain it in order to sell it, you are not addressing a problem. You shouldn't have to explain it. You say, I'm going to fix your problem. I'm going to fix this. Shit, I'm in. Okay? So that's a telltale sign. If you have to explain your thing in order to sell it, because I see guys all the time starting businesses, they have a website and there's 3 paragraphs explaining what the thing is. No, you're not looking for a problem and addressing a problem. A narrow niche with a strong problem. Now, are there some niches that don't have a problem? Yes, they're rare. They have a strong need. These are unusual. So, for example, I've used the example of golfers, people who play golf. Do they have a problem? No, but they're psychos. They buy all this stupid golf shit because they worship golf, and budget is no number. They will spend thousands of dollars on this crap because they're so into this stuff. Guys who are really into Warhammer, the role-playing game Warhammer with the figures and shit, do they have a problem? No, but they're so into this shit, they will spend their entire paychecks on this stuff. So sometimes you have niches that don't have a problem, that have a strong need. Those are unusual. Usually it's a problem. Okay? Very important. Do not just come up with an idea and try to throw it at people. That doesn't work. It does unless you are very lucky and very hardworking, and that's kind of stupid. You cannot emulate luck. Ideally, this is not a requirement in my view, but well, it is a view. If I were starting a business, this would be a requirement. The niche should be high margin. I talk about you selling high margin services or high margin products. I've talked about that a lot. So you should, we'll cover that in a second. However, ideally, your niche should also be in a high margin niche. If it's B2B, they should be selling high margin stuff, right? So I would much rather work with dentists than I would work with people who sell bubblegum, a bubblegum factory. Bubblegum factory has very low margins. Dentists have much higher margins. Now, I'd rather work with plastic surgeons than dentists. Plastic surgeons have huge margins. So if you have if you aim at a niche that has high margins, much better. On a routine basis, I'll run into guys who come up with a business. Oh, I'm going to sell this to college students. I'm going to sell this to single moms. I'm going to sell this to startups. That's one, startups. I'm going to work with startups. How much money do startups have? Usually nothing, right? Focus on people, B2C, or companies, B2B, who are either people who are making a lot of money or companies who are selling something high margin. That's way better. You'll get from zero to the money much faster if you do this, okay? The only question you ask in terms of, this is now determining your offering. So I jumped ahead. Your offering is actually what you're going to sell. We'll cover that in a second in more detail. But your offering, the only question you should ask is, what is their problem and how do I help fix or alleviate it? That's it. That tells you what your offering is. Your offering is what you are selling to the niche. The niches you're selling it to, your offering is the thing that you are selling to the niche. Make sense? So the only question you ask really is, what is their problem and how do I help them fix, or if you can't fix it, alleviate it? That tells you exactly what your offering is. Okay. And so now it's just, what is the modality? What is the methodology we use to help them fix their problem? Okay. So I'll give you some of my examples. So I'm Sovereign here at Sovereign CEO. I sell 5 flag services. Okay. And how to start your own business. What is the problem that most of you have? Most, not all of you, but most of you live in a country you don't like. You want to get the hell out, or you want a backup plan, and you can't because you don't have any location dependent income. That's your problem. Do I need to sit here and convince you? Most of you. There's exceptions because there's a lot of you, but most of you, I'd sit and convince you how bad the United States is, or UK, or Canada. No, you already know you want to get the fuck out, right? So I don't have to do a lot of explaining sometimes, but not often. So you have a problem, and I'm here to help you alleviate or fix your problem. Make sense? And what's nice for me is because I had not anymore, but I had that same problem too. So I'm able to fix it for myself. So what I've been really good at throughout my whole career is I will fix my own problem. I'll have a problem. I'll fix it. This is food for thought for you guys on how to develop a business. I will fix my own problem. I'm part of a niche. And then I will go to that same niche, say, hey, I fixed the problem. Let me show you how to fix the problem. I've done that, 7, 8, 9 times throughout the last 25 years of my life, all with profitable companies. In my personal life, my business life, Five Flags life. I've done all these things. Okay. For example. Okay. Sorry, the logo is cutting off. Fastest, highest profit offerings. So now you know what the problem is and you know how to fix that problem, help alleviate that problem. How do I deliver the information or the services? I'm going to give you 5 things that I have found to be the fastest, highest profit offerings you can offer in a new business. Hang on. Are there other things you can sell in a business besides these 5 things? Yes. Are there other things you can sell to make a lot of money besides these 5 things? Yes. But these 5 things, of the 10,000 things you could possibly sell, these 5 are the most profitable, the fastest. The most profitable and the fastest. If it's not profitable and fast, it's not on this list. Okay? Here they are. Real clear. In no particular order. Consulting. That is going in and working with a company, not a person, a company, on how to fix or alleviate a problem or accomplish some objective or improve some condition. I've been doing this for 25 years. Very high margin, extremely profitable. I was a young, dumb kid in my early 20s with no college degree and no high school diploma. I was making $100,000 a year in 1990s dollars by the time I was 27 through consulting. That's the power of consulting. Okay. Now you say, well, I don't know anything about consulting. I'm too scared. We have 4 more things, but that's just one of them. Consulting is awesome. A lot of the guys in the 90-Day Business Builder program who got those big, that multi-$1,000 paying clients were guys who just started consulting, brand new consulting practices. They had never started a business in their life. They never did any consulting in their lives, and they got the big clients. Consulting is great for getting from A to the money, 0 to the money as fast as you can. It's awesome. Okay. Consulting's great. Coaching. Coaching is consulting light. So coaching is just like consulting, except you're working one-on-one with an individual. One-on-one. In rare cases, in small groups, rare cases, but usually it's one-on-one with an individual instead of working with a company or an entity. Make sense? How do you help an individual in an individual niche solve a particular problem or alleviate a particular problem, or in weird cases, address a strong need? Okay, coaching is awesome. Very high margin, very low cost in terms of what costs, expenses you need to incur, coaching and consulting both. Okay. And when I say coaching, that doesn't mean, well, I'm a life coach. That's not niched. I'm a fitness coach. That's not niched. Okay. You still have to niche. So we've already niched. There's a very specific order to this. You've already niched. You've already determined the problem. Now you're determining the modality. So what people do is, I want to be a coach. I want to be a life coach. They're not going through that process. They're jumping ahead to step 3. Step 1 is niche. Step 2 is problem. Step 3 is offering. Make sense? Very important you get this. There are some of you watch this video who are going to make $1 million doing this. Because I have. So I know this for a fact. It might take you a few years, but you will. If you follow these instructions, follow this model. This model works. Okay. Next thing, a service. And it could be anything, a business service, a personal service. It doesn't really matter. It could be a canned service. It could be a customized service. It kind of runs the gamut, but services are pretty damn good. There are pros and cons to services, but services are good. Ideally, you want to focus on something that is higher margin, that is low complexity, because you can get pretty complex with services, things like that. So be aware of that. Services are awesome. A membership service or membership program is what I should have put there. That is where they sign up and they get charged something once a month, once a quarter, or once a year for an ongoing thing, and you're regularly providing solutions. It could be an actual service. It could be a website. It could be an information service. It could be a newsletter. It could even be hard products, although I don't recommend that, okay, for new business owners. So membership is awesome. Dan Kennedy called this continuity programs. Online courses. So that'd be a video course or a video course plus some interactivity where you sell it as a canned thing. Extremely profitable. I have online courses that go as high as $1,400. And so once I've recorded it, I market it, put out the marketplace. Every time I sell a course, what are my expenses? They're 0. It's the credit card charge or whatever, 3%. The rest goes into my pocket as gross profit. Very, very, very profitable. And unlike coaching and consulting, once you get a service up and running, you're done. You're not done. You just market. You don't have to actually do a lot of implementation depending on how you do the course. Okay. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. The downside, of course, is you have to record it and get a video camera and you have to figure all that out and have to outline it, but that doesn't take very long. Again, all 5 of these are fast, high profit. These are the 5. These are the 5 I recommend. These are the 5 we talk about in the 90-day business builder program. We focus on one of these 5. Okay. Caleb, what about hard products? You can sell hard products. Are those fast, high profit? No, they're not. But you can. Jeff Bezos sells hard products. He does okay. So I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying if you want to get from 0 to the money the fastest, it's one of these 5. Caleb, what about ebooks? Ebooks are wonderful. I've made literally millions of dollars selling ebooks. The problem is, how long does it take to write an ebook? Yeah. I can write an ebook in 3 to 4 months, but I'm an expert. I've written 8 or 9 of them. If you're brand new at this, how long is it going to take you? It's going to take a year or 2. Is that fast? No. Make sense? Ebook to me would be another income stream once you're already doing one of these 5 things and you're adding more income streams to your existing company. Make sense? So ebooks are awesome, but I wouldn't start with an ebook. Okay. Let's see. Number 2, phase 2, logistics. This is the fun part. This is kind of where you know what to sell. You know what to sell now. Now you have to set up the business. So this is actually getting your business up and running here. A few things. You got to set up a checking account, obviously for tax reasons, a separate checking account. Okay. It could be a business account, personal account, really doesn't matter. Depends on your laws. Gets a little complicated beyond the scope of this training, but you got to set up a way to receive the money. You got to set up a payment system. How are you going to get paid? Are they going to mail you a check? Hopefully not. If you're doing big consulting stuff, is it wire transfer? That's fine. PayPal, Stripe, there's pros and cons to all these things. You can use Venmo. There's all kinds. Wise. How are you going to receive the money? You got to set up that system in place so it gets into your checking account. Your website. Obviously, you're going to need a website. Even if it's an offline company, you still most likely need some sort of web presence. Okay. So website, and then the copywriting is a key part of your website. Copywriting is writing ad copy that compels the prospect to actually do something. Click this link, fill out your email, or buy this thing. Okay. Depends on if you're selling something immediately or if you're doing something that is more of a 2 or 3 step where they received your email and you send them follow-up videos, follow-up information, what have you, and then you later pitch a sale because you're selling something that's a little more expensive. Okay, different ways of doing this. Lead capture is pretty much what I just said. How do you capture the leads who are interested in what you're selling? You don't just want to, here's what people do, okay? Boy, people still do this. They'll set up a website saying, hi, I'm Joe, and I have this service. They're just their standard homepage, okay? I have this service and that service, and here are my qualifications, and buy from me, and da-da-da, blah, blah, blah. I really want, but I'm going to do a whole podcast on this in a little bit. And what they'll do is they'll pay for ads. They'll go on YouTube or Facebook. They'll pay thousands of dollars to drive ad traffic to this page, and it's just the page. People just get this page, nothing to do. They just read the page and go, oh, that's interesting, and they click away. Instead, you should go to a page where they do something. Click this button to buy this, or even better in most cases, click this button, put in your email address, and I will send you a free report on or a free training on blah, 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 how to fix your problem. Now you have your email address, and you can follow up. You can send the newsletters, free content, and then pitch. If you're on my newsletters or my mailing list, you see how I do this. I give you a lot of content, then I pitch. I give you a lot of content, then I pitch. And that's how it works. Gary Vee called this jab, 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 right hook. Okay. Then you got to set up the offering itself. Now, if you're doing consulting, there's not much to do. Coaching, consulting, maybe outline a few things. That's it. If you're selling up a membership service, you got to set up the website for that. If you're setting up the service, you got to set that up. If you're setting up an online course, you got to map out the course, design the course, the lesson structure, the outline. You got to record it. If you don't want to record it, you have to pay someone to record it, right? You got to do all that stuff, okay? Now, good news is that doesn't take very long. I've done courses where I've made literally over 7 figures on the course, and I burned out the course in as short as 3 days. Now, I'm really good at this, but okay, it might take you 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Great. It's fine. That's fast. It's good. Okay. Let me get the phase 3, marketing. Marketing, the most important function in your business. First, you have to determine your USP. That is your unique selling proposition. How are you different from the other people in your space? Now, if you've niched properly, often the niche is your USP, okay? But even then, you want to have a reason for people to buy. How are you different? Now, let me tell you what is not different. Well, we have the best price. We're priced really well. Oh, we have really good customer service. Well, the thing we sell is really dependable. Price, customer service, dependability. Or here's one. I went to college and I have this degree. These are not USPs. This is not anything different from anybody else. Okay. Here's a good example. You're I like to use fitness examples. You're a personal trainer. and I ask you, what's your USP? Well, my USP is, this is really common now. This is real shit people say. I really care about my clients. Dumb fuck, not a USP. Everybody can say that. Okay? No. Now, let's say, different scenario, different person. You're a personal trainer. I ask you what your USP is. You say, I only work with wounded veterans. I'm a wounded veteran, a former wounded veteran. I only work with wounded veterans because I was in the Army. I went through that process. I know what it needs to take. I've studied on what exactly you need to do when you're wounded. I can relate to you as someone, as ex-military. That's all I work with. Bam, that's a USP. Awesome. Perfect. How many other guys in your marketplace are doing that? Probably none or very little. Okay, that's a USP. You've got to have a USP or you shouldn't have a business. Okay, you've got to have a USP or you shouldn't have if you don't know what it is, you're fucked. Come up with it or pick something else to sell. Okay? How are you clearly different from everyone else? Price, dependability, service. I love my customers. I have this degree. I have this certification. That is not a USP, for fuck's sake. Very specific. The old dumb example is Domino's Pizza. Why did Domino's become one of the biggest pizza companies in the history of the universe? Because they had a USP. 30 minutes or it's free. No other pizza place had anything like that ever. And they came along and dominated because of that USP. They didn't say our pizza tastes good. Our pizza, our employees are really good employees. They really care. They didn't say that bullshit. I'll give you the inverse example. For many years, Burger King, I remember this in the 90s. Burger King had a slew of commercials for like 2 or 3 years about how good their French fries tasted. How good our French fries taste better than McDonald's. McDonald's is shit. Our French fries taste really good. Our burgers taste good. McDonald's is shit. And they lost millions. I think they lost billions because that's not a fucking USP. Every restaurant will say, we taste good. Right? McDonald's didn't talk about how good they taste. McDonald's talk about what a great place to take your kids. Family-friendly restaurant, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Here is the question for USP. And this is something I learned from one of my mentors, Dan Kennedy. This will really help you out a lot. Always ask this question. When a customer is looking at you, or a prospect, I should say, why should I do business with you versus all of my other options, other competitors, the people in your niche, people outside of your niche, including doing nothing, because that's an option, especially today. That's what most people today are doing, nothing. Millennials, Gen Zs, they're doing nothing. They're doing nothing, right? So that is a very compelling option these days. How lazy people are in the Western world these days, how quasi-socialist they become, how overweight they become, how addicted to drugs they become, how depressed they become. Okay, all of the Western world, doing nothing is very compelling. Sitting on your big fat ass watching Netflix, smoking the weed is very attractive these days. Jerking off the porn. Okay, so that isn't why should I do business with you? Including the option of me doing nothing. That's your USP. Now, the good news is you've already built the foundation for this. You follow the other instructions. If you've already built the niche and focused on the problem, that answers a lot of the question for you. So USP is a lot easier once you've gone through this process. Every step of this process builds on the next. This is why we have guys in our program who, it's a 12-week program, but they have within 5, 6, 7 weeks, they're making money because they're doing these things. First-time business owners never own a business in their lives. Okay? All right. So there are a billion ways to market a business. There's about, I think the total number is 27, 28 different ways to market a company. What I've done over the past 2 years or so is I've narrowed down, with the help of my team, people like Billy and Jeff, narrowed down the best ways to get from zero to the money as fast as you can with a brand new business. So same thing with the offerings, the 5 offerings I gave you. I'm going to list now 4 ways to market. Now, there are other ways to market that are very good, but these 4 ways are the best ways to get you to the money fastest. Cool? Cool. Okay. And we broke it out in 2 categories. Ways that are free and ways that are paid, because some of you have money and some of you don't. So if you have no money, you're going to use the free methods. If you have some money, you're going to use the paid methods. Make sense? Or you can do both. If you want to be a maniac or hit this hardcore, you do all 4 of them. But you pick at least one. All right? So let's look at free marketing first. These are things that cost no money. Just takes work. All right? Cold calls or cold DMs. So I've told this story 1,000 times. I won't go into detail about it. My very first company full-time as a computer consultant when I was 24 years old, I sat down in my dumb little office. I picked up the phone. I made a list of 120 people I had known or done business with or went to school with, and I just called them. Do you need help with your computers? And I was scared, and my hand shook, and I was scared dialing the phone. Hi. Guess what? I made money. I got clients. I didn't get very many, but I got enough to stay in business and build my business. Cold calls work. Cold calls only work for B2B. If you're selling to human beings, you can't really do cold calls. People aren't interested. That's not going to work. Cold DMs is basically the internet version of cold calls. Over LinkedIn, there are ways to do it if you're very careful on Facebook groups. These can work. It requires a lot of effort. So cold calls, cold DMs, if you're selling to businesses, does work, but it requires effort. And often you want to have something to offer them. Hey, I'm here to help you with your problem. Let me give you this. You don't just say, buy my thing. That's not going to work. You develop rapport and you offer solutions for free. Have a relationship and then you close. Okay? It's 100% free. I have made a lot of money over the past 25 years doing nothing but cold calls to companies. And later I hired people to do the cold calls for me. That's the beauty of cold calls, you guys. But that does cost money. Okay. JVs, joint ventures. Boy, have I made a lot of money doing this. Matter of fact, not enough. I should be doing a lot more of these. That is where you go to someone who sells to your niche, but sells a non-competing item. Okay. So if you're a real estate agent, maybe you deal with somebody who sells cell phone services or something like that. Okay. So, something that sells the same niche. Okay. As a consultant, I worked with other consultants who sold things to my niches, because as a consultant, I had several, but they sold a different service. So I would do joint ventures with them. And the way that works is they recommend you and you pay them a commission. And you recommend them. And if your customers, you pay them a commission. And it's free money either way. And it's free. All you have to do is make some phone calls, send some emails, and put together a deal. Now, if you are brand new, unfortunately, people are going to go, who the fuck are you? And they're going to hang up the phone. So you got to make a lot of phone calls. Okay. It's not like you can ask 2 or 3 people and make $1 billion. That's not how it works. You might have to call, 20, 30, 40 people before you get the first one that says, all right, I'll do it. But the beauty of JVs, you only need one person to say yes to make a shitload of money. You can make $35,000 over a weekend. We've had guys do this in our programs. I had a guy in my program who sold an online course for nurses, I think. My memory is hazy. It was a little while ago. And did a JV. He made $35,000 in 3 days. Brand new business. Never had a business before in his entire life. Works. This stuff works, guys. All right. Now, if you have money, you do some paid marketing. The beauty of paid marketing is you get from zero to the money faster. The downside is it costs money. Okay. Now, to be fair, you can make money pretty quick with cold calls and JVs. If you put your head down and get to work, within a week or two, you can find clients. So I don't want to oversell that. It's basically YouTube ads and Facebook ads. What's the difference? Well, YouTube ads are better. There are less restrictions of what you can sell on YouTube. We live in a video world. Those of you who have been following my content for a long time, you know several years ago when I switched from a blogging model to a video model, and I was very clear at the time, and I was right. I said, I have to do this because people like video now. Video gets more clicks. Video gets more engagement than words. Just the way it goes because people are getting dumber. They don't know how to read. So they like to watch stuff, okay? So YouTube ads are better. If you are a pussy and you're scared to be on YouTube because you're afraid some 17-year-old in the basement's going to say something bad about you, fucking baby. So what you have to do then is you have to hire someone to do the videos for you or hire someone to animate them or do a slide or something like that, okay? Which will cost you a little more money. Facebook ads. The beauty of Facebook ads is that they're less expensive and there's no video. You don't have to worry about any video on Facebook ads. There are plenty of guys who are doing a lot of money right now on Facebook ads. Facebook is much more restrictive than YouTube. So if you're selling anything regarding cannabis, business opportunity, biz op, dating or relationship stuff, you will get banned on Facebook in about 10 seconds. So Facebook is much more restrictive. That's the downside of Facebook. But if you're outside anything controversial, Facebook can work and you don't need any video. Okay. And again, the ads don't go to your website. They go to what is called a squeeze page or a sales page where there is something directive for the prospect to actually do. Either buy a thing or better, a 2-step where they put in their email address, you give them something, you follow up over email. Okay. So these are the 4 things. Cool? That's how this works. You pick one or more than one, rock and roll it, and you'll be making money fast. if you have followed everything else. If you're dealing with a niche, with a specific problem, with a USP, okay? This is how this works. That's it. And then you just keep doing this and you scale. That's it. That's it. That's it. You'll be making money within 3 months. We've had guys make money a lot sooner than 3 months. A lot sooner than 3 months. I worked with a guy, let's see, a year and a half ago. Yeah, it was a coach. I don't think he'll want me to tell you what kind of coach he was. He was a coach, very niched, very niched. He made, I'm trying to get the numbers right. I want to get this wrong. $11,000 within, it was under 3 months. It was within about 2 months from like 3 or 4 clients. $11,000. Brand new business, never started business life because he did everything I just talked about. He niched, he had a problem, he fixed, all that stuff. Okay. You're only about 2 years ago. Yeah. So this stuff works. We have success story after success story with this stuff. If you do it. If you do it. So let me show you really quick. 9-day business builder. You've got a few days left, and then I will answer your questions. So hang on a moment. Let's see. There I am again with my awesome hotel room. It's so cool. So fun. Hang on a sec. I gotta get my screens in order here. Hang on. And you've been typing questions. I will rewind the questions. I'll answer them during the Q&A. It's so weird to do live streams in the middle of the day. Usually I'm in Dubai. I do this late at night. So weird. It's weird, dude. Okay. 90-Day Business Builder is a program where, some of you are familiar with this, where we work with you for 12 weeks. If you have no idea what to do, no idea where to start, you want to have a business that is location dependent, set you free, we show you literally how to do it. We don't just say do it and walk away like a normal online course. We actually hold your hand and walk you through the process of doing it. Every week, we have a new set of assignments for you to do. You're in our base camp, and we give you assignments. We help you through the process. Every day, we have at least 2 people in the base camp. Billy is one of them, so that's the third person, where if you have problems or questions, the actual accountability coaches will help you through that process to make sure you get your assignments done every week. And by the end of 12 weeks, if you do everything we tell you to do, that's a big if, because a lot of people don't, these kind of programs. Matter of fact, it's standard that most people don't. But if you do everything you're told to do, you will be making money within 12 weeks, sometimes a lot sooner than that. And if you're not making money at the end of 12 weeks, we will work with you forever until you do. That's our guarantee. So we guarantee this will work, provided you're doing the work. You have to do the work. You can't sit on your ass and say, I haven't made money, and work with me forever. You have to be doing the work. But if you're doing the work and you haven't made the money, we will work with you forever until you do. So it's a guaranteed way of making money, and it's for beginners who have never done this in your life. You've never done it, or maybe, if you've dabbled. Some guys will join the program and they've already kind of they've done a little bit of these things. They've dabbled a little bit. That's fine too. So the way it works is as soon as you sign up, hang on one second. You get several of my video courses. You get the Alpha 2.0 Business course, which is my best-selling course. That's like $1,500. You get that as soon as you sign up. They actually walk through the process of videos on setting up your own business in much more detail than I was able to do today, because it's like 8 hours of content. You also get the book Big Income from Little Work. You get that immediately. You also get the other video course, How to Get Clients, which covers, I think, 17 different ways of marketing. So you know exactly how to market, shows you step-by-step exactly how to do it. So you have all the information ready to go before the curriculum actually begins. Make sense? It doesn't say this here, but you also get some videos from me, customized for this program, on how to start brainstorming niches and finding where your niche is and finding what problems you have and finding out where your skill sets are. So there's a bunch of video exercises to start as soon as you start. Okay. Then over the program, it's 12 weeks long. It starts at a particular date, ends at a particular date. So the next one starts March 4th, I think. So your deadline to sign up for this is February 28th, which is Monday. Is that right? Let me look here. What date is that? Hang on a moment. I want to get my dates right. Tuesday. It's end of day Tuesday. End of day EST Tuesday. That's your deadline because the curriculum starts next week. You don't want to start late. Okay. So the way it works is every week you will get either a video or a live session from someone like Billy or myself. We have a few coaches in the program where we walk with you live and show you the steps of what you need to do over the next week. So at the end of the session, we give you an assignment. Then you'll go into our Basecamp system, which was an expensive project management system. You go into our Basecamp. You have a free account in there. Cost money. This is all part of the program. You're in there with everyone else who's going through the program at the same time you are. And so in there, you have your assignments. You can actually ask questions. Jeff and Cliff and a bunch of other coaches, Billy, will be in there every day answering your questions, helping you along with the process. We help you along the process. We don't say, here you go do it. That's most of my courses. Most of my courses, which are good, I stand by them, but they're video courses. They just, here's some videos, okay, go do it. This isn't like that. We work with you every day for 3 months. That way you have no excuses. The only way you can't make money is if you don't do what we tell you to do. And some people do. Some people join up and they don't do it, and then they leave, and that's fine. But if you do what we tell you to do, you will make money. And often we have guys who made money a lot faster than 12 weeks. A lot faster than 12 weeks. Like within 5 weeks. Let's see. What else I want to say about that? Look here. Hang on. Whenever there is a live session, so you get about, we change the iterations. Every time we go through an iteration, we streamline it, make it better because we learn new things. So in this iteration, there's about 7 live sessions. Every time we do a live session, it is Zoom recorded. You get access to that recording for the rest of your life. It's yours forever. It's yours forever. You never lose it. Okay. This is when you're in Basecamp. You'll be assigned accountability coach. That's usually Jeff and or Cliff. Okay, who will work with you. So it's not like we train you on the Saturday. Usually a Saturday. Okay, usually weekend because most of you have jobs. It's not like we say, okay, good, do it, and we run away. Again, you're in Basecamp. Jeff's in there every day. Cliff is in there, I'm pretty sure, almost every day, helping people out. Okay? Billy's in there sporadically. Okay, I do some of the live sessions. Billy does some of the live sessions. We have other people doing the live sessions. We have some marketing experts doing the marketing sessions. We take you through those 3 phases. Okay. Let's see. There's Cliff. There's Raza. We have there's some other testimonials. If you go to 90daybizbuilder.com, that's linked down there. We have some other testimonials there. I already mentioned some of the other ones. Now, I'm very proud of this. I love this stuff. This is the ratings we got from one of the iterations we did. I think the first one. And how would you rate your overall experience in the 90-Day Business Builder program on a scale from 1 to 10? Now, you're not aware of the other ratings that other people in this niche or in this industry get when they do these kinds of coaching programs. 60%, 57% gave us a 9 out of 10. That's unheard of. I'm not kidding. That's unheard of. 28%, almost a third, gave us a perfect 10. Okay? That is insane. I have never seen that in any other person. I know guys who do programs like this in other niches, and we compare notes. I have never seen this. That's this program. So 14% gave us an 8, and 0% gave us anything under an 8. That is top in this industry. Top. I can't think of anyone who beats us. That's how good this program is. We change people's lives, these programs. I mean, Billy will tell you. People will cry because their lives have been changed. Now, let me show you something else. This says, when it comes to accountability coaching, so these are the people who actually help you every day. Okay. How was your experience? Okay, check this out. So let's see, 7.1% ranked as an 8. 43% gave us a 9. 50% gave us a perfect 10. No one gave us anything under an 8. Okay. This makes me so happy. This makes me so proud. I remember the day that Jeff showed me this. I'm like, oh my God, we got to put this on the page. This is insane. Okay. This is how good this program is. It's awesome. I don't remember the last time we got any negative feedback on this program. I'm sure we got it because about 75 people have gone through this program. So I'm sure 1 or 2, just statistically. I don't remember though. I really don't. I can't think of a single. Matter of fact, I asked Jeff and the other coaches a month or 2 back. I said, have you ever got any complaints? They're like, no. The guys who run into problems, we help them out, but not like, oh, this program sucks. And I haven't heard it. I just haven't heard it. Okay. There's the guarantee. So you'll make $1,000. The specific guarantee is $1,000 in gross income by the end of 90 days. And you're like saying, wait a minute, $1,000, that's all? Here's how this works. Your first $1,000 is the hardest you'll ever make. And those of you who do have your own business, you can relate to this. The first $1,000 is really hard. Not really hard, it's the hardest. Once you make $1,000, you scale to 4,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. I have never heard of a person in this program who made $1,000 and then never made any more money. Once you hit the 1,000, you're off to the races. You're making a hell of a lot more than 1,000. You got to get to that 1,000. So that's why we mark that as a benchmark of 1,000. Because I know if you make 1,000, you're gonna make a hell of a lot more than 1,000. A hell of a lot more. It's the guys who never get to 1,000 because they fart around. Okay. So if you don't have that within 90 days, we will work with you in the base camp forever until you do. And there's been a few guys from the first iteration, I know the second iteration, where they didn't make it, and we kept working with them, and they did. I think 2 of them did. I don't remember the exact numbers. We will work with you forever until you make that 1,000, provided you're doing the work. Okay. So the way this works is you have to schedule a phone call at 90daybizbuilder.com. You'll probably talk to Matthew. He is also full alpha 2.0 business owner. He is location dependent. He makes high income way past 85,000 a year. He follows all the models that we follow here. He is awesome. He'll help you just on the phone call. He'll give you advice on the phone call he has. Some of you already talked to him. Some of you have made like friends. People like text him and stuff. And he'll go through what's involved. If this makes sense for you, he'll answer all your questions. Caleb, how much is it? It's well more than $3,000. 100% tax deductible. I can't give you the exact price because he is authorized. We are authorized to give you up to like 13 different discounts depending on your scenario. And I can't give you all the math right here. So you got to schedule the call. You can talk to him whenever you want. It's a Calendly link and you can answer all your questions and he'll give you the exact pricing for it. It's well more than $3,000. It's past $3,000. If you don't have at least $3,000 or have the ability to get $3,000, this is not for you at this time. It is tax deductible. It's a 100% business program. You will write this off on your taxes. So whatever you pay for it, it actually take 30% off that in terms of tax savings. That's how this works. This is a business expense. Okay. You have to sign up for this by Tuesday, February 28th. You can't start late. We won't let you start late. We won't let you do it because it would fuck it all up. Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay. Let's see. What should I just leave on the screen? I'll just do it right there. Boop. Okay. Should we do Q&A? What time is it? How long have I been talking? Oh, not bad. Okay, good. Please keep the Q&A to business topics, please. No non-business topics. This is a business training. I've done plenty of other non-business trainings in the past. I will do more in the future, not today. Okay? I'm going to wind the questions here and we'll answer your questions. Let's see. Where did we leave off? Hang on. What I meant is if a niche has a problem with depression, but people don't want other people or colleagues to know, is there a way to round it in terms of marketing? I don't understand why that's a problem. Most people don't tell people what their problems are. You just market. If you're depressed, do this. That's it. Now, depression is not a niche. What kind of person? So that's nothing to do with it. So you're good. Starting Web3 dev growth marketing agency, what are some problems that you've had in your computer consultancy days? That is too general a question. It'd be more narrow. What problems do you have? A billion. I couldn't get clients. And narrow your question down a little bit. Is it true that if you make 3K LI above, you're above 99% of humanity in terms of freedom? Yes. The countries you recommend for residency is Dubai, one of the best. Yes. Let's see. What do you think about a business on male power, sex exercises, mixture on powerlifting, yoga, breathing, and Kegel exercises, monetization with podcast, video course, membership? Yeah, that's cool. Male power. Yeah, you need a niche. What kind of male? Other than that, it's good. What kind of male? Not any male. What are your top 5 books to improve customer service in a business? That specifically, the best customer service book you should read is Raving Fans by Ken Blanchard. As a chemist and materials scientist, I'm in clean tech. Cool. Very cool. Hydrogen batteries. Awesome. And investments in VC. I am seeking options examples of service consulting to business leveraging my skills. Options example is leveraging my skills. What I said earlier. So a lot of you typed these questions before I went through the process. What are the issues that clean tech has? If you're in that industry, you know what the issues are. Okay. So what are their issues? Make a list. And that's what you consult on. I fix da-da-da. I've talked about before. Worked with a guy who was a professional speaker, and all he talked about was workplace safety in warehouses for power companies, because that was one of their problems, is people getting hurt. And this guy made $500,000 a year, 100% location dependent, by speaking 40 times a year. He had 40 speeches a year, and each one was like 45 minutes long. It's the same goddamn speech. He made $500,000 a year. This was a long time ago. So making more, adjust for inflation, because he just focused on that single problem, because he knew the industry. So if you know the industry, you're ahead of the game. You already probably know what the problems are. Make sense? You're in a good industry too. It's awesome. Here's Billy. My goal is to be our client's quirky auntie in the business world that celebrates their success for a lifetime. That is exactly who she is too. What do you think of opening a dispensary in Thailand? Since it just got legal, it's a cash crop. I don't believe in location-dependent businesses. Not a conspiracy theorist or right wing. We'll see about that. Nevertheless, can you cover CDBCs? I have 2 videos on that coming soon. What do you think of St. Lucia, Dominican, St. Kitts, Antigua ever have CDBCs? Eventually, everyone will have them. Oh, I don't know. And it won't be anytime soon. If they're outside the West, I wouldn't worry about it. I've talked about that before. What is the success ratio so far? 90 business builder participants. What percentage you know are making over $2,500 6 months after starting the program? I don't have those numbers. Most are not, because most do not. For any program like this, most people in the program don't do what they're told. They bail out. That's with any program like this. So I don't have those statistics. I should probably get them, but not probably. I should have them. So I will talk to Jeff. Billy and Jeff and I actually have a meeting on the board where we're going to discuss that. So I will get those numbers. I don't have those numbers. But the ratio is pretty high among the people who actually did the work. What is a strong problem in the guitar pedal example? There was no problem. It was a strong need, as I mentioned. Is grease and glue your definition of Western world? Somewhat. What equipment do you need to participate in the course? Nothing. A laptop and an internet connection, and that's it. Say I take the 9-day business builder, I'm starting a new business. After the course, if I want to build a second one, do you think you'll have to take the course all over again to create that redundancy? You know, that's really up to you. You will know what to do. So probably not. And you'll also have access to all the materials. So you have all the videos, you'll have everything. So you just go through the videos a second time. I don't think we need to take it again. However, there is an option for people who want to take it a second time. I think we give you a 50% discount, I think. So you could, if you wanted to. It's up to you. You may feel you want the interactivity and the help from our coaches, the accountability help, the daily help. But if you could just do on the videos, handle the videos, you already have those. So it's up to you. When you're doing ebooks, can you do a series of releasing different types of the same niches? Yes, that's what I did. You bet. Is a niche a particular product service, or is it a particular type of customer? Great question. I didn't mention that. I should have. It's both. So a niche can be the service or the offering, I should say, and the customer. Ideally, you should do both. Good question. I didn't mention that. Are you still planning on offering the 90 business book starting every month? If so, when? That is the plan. However, we're having some trouble with that. So that is the plan, but we're going to raise the price every time. Every time we've done this, we've raised the price. So if you wait, it's going to cost more money. So that is the current plan, but that's not guaranteed. But that is the plan, yeah. Let's see. My business are booming. Cool, mine are too. Do you really arm 90 Business Builder with the tools to expand their business well after the 90 Business course is over? No. That is not the purpose of this course. I want to be honest with you. The purpose of this course, it's really not a course, it's a program, is to get you from zero to the money. If you want to scale, once you want to do that, you join the 500K Business Accelerator program. That's what you join if you want to scale. And that's where Billy and I work with you. A lot of other people work with you one-on-one to scale your company. So that's a different program. This is not about scaling a business. This is about getting you from zero to the money, and then you have the tools to just keep doing what you're doing to scale to a certain point. If you want to go huge, that's not what this program is about. It's about how to get you from zero to the money fast. Good question. Here's what you need to know. Find a niche and dominate. Correct. Matter of fact, I just saw a YouTube video about 2 weeks ago. A guy was interviewing a billionaire on his plane. What's that guy's name? He interviews billionaires. All he does. He's like, what is the one thing someone can do to make a lot of money? And the billionaire literally said, he said what he just said. Find a niche and dominate it. Or find a niche and crush it. That's what he said. That's how it works. Can you do a niche in the health industry if you have a family history and particular health condition? Yes, but health industry is not a niche. But the answer is yes. Buy Bitcoin now? I would buy it now, but that's my opinion. Once you finish designing the high margin offering for your business, is that when you get the fuck out of the West? You get the fuck out of the West as soon as you're able to financially. And everyone's in a different scenario with that. For my own purposes, I'm wondering why you haven't bought a CBI as of yet. Isn't it relatively easy besides the price tag, some a little 100K, a couple months and a done deal? I am not allowed to answer that question publicly, but I will. Do you foresee a huge drop in the fear greed index in the next couple of months? No. Is it good to note that it's a good idea to niche within a growing or solid industry? Not season, right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do not go after newspapers or audio studios. Don't go after dying niches. Let's see. Membership subscription to tough business. Will they get tough? Yeah, they can be. You got to be careful. Correct. Some people are just making comments. Some people are asking about Bitcoin. USP, unique selling proposition. Sorry if I was not clear about that. Some of you asking about testosterone. I already have a business that earns well several $100s a month that I started 3 months ago. Will I work on it or will I start a new business in the program? That's your choice. That's still pretty new if it's several $100 a month. So that is your decision. What you'll probably do if you join the program is you will determine whether or not you are niched. I have a feeling you probably aren't. And then you'll modify it to improve your new business. So likely that's what you'll do. Or you may say, holy shit, I fucked all this up. I'm going to start something brand new. You might. More likely, you're going to just course correct in your existing business. Those of you in that scenario where you've just started a business and you join this program, that's usually how this works. We've had a few guys do this, where they already had a business, they already kind of started, and they go, oh shit, I shouldn't do this, I should do this, and they changed it. Much better. You're this together with Igor. I am not. This is my own thing. No, Igor has nothing to do with this one. After I would purchase this program, how much money would I initially need to invest in my new business? About $300. That's it. Unless you want to spend more with the paid marketing. But the general answer to that question is the cost of this program plus about $300 to set up like your website and your checking account and your, your payments, the basic bullshit. And then you just choose the free marketing option. You're good to go. $300. That's it. How many people voted and how are the votes collected? We did a Google form. The number of people who voted, I want to say 20. Because the first iteration was about 35 people. I want to say 20. Somewhere in there. Our coaching team lost our minds. We did. We lost our fucking minds. That was so. I still remember that phone call too. Jeff was so excited. He goes, I got to show you something. I'm like, oh yeah, whatever. He's like, no. I got to show you something. I'm like, okay. And he was right. I'm like, oh my God. Ecuador is okay. Do you have another one today? If so, what time? I do not have another one today. Do you do multiple free webinars a day, Caleb? No, but this recording on this will be on my YouTube channels. Do you have any clients who have built a successful business in art? I can't answer that question because I don't work directly in this program with the people. I just do the live sessions. Billy could probably answer that question. I do know there was at least 2 guys who were doing some NFT art stuff and then something else. So I do know we had some art people in the program. I don't know if anybody though. Billy, if you know, you can answer that question. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm set around doing an affiliate website and digital products around outdoor hobbies of skiing, hunting, and fishing. Would those count as areas with a strong need? Would they need more niching? Pick one and burrow one more level deep and you're there. Don't say hunting, fishing, skiing. That's not a niche. Pick one. How do you know the biggest problem of a company? Who do you contact? What we generally recommend is contact people over LinkedIn, and you actually offer them money if you can. Look, I'll offer you an hour of your time, whatever your hourly rate, I'll pay you, or I'll pay you $50. I have 3 questions. What's your biggest problem? That's it. That's generally how you do it. You can send emails, you can call people, or you can do LinkedIn. Those 3. The niche interested is horror, dark fantasy, graphic novels, comics. Cool. I'll be honest with you. Making money with art is extremely difficult. I don't recommend it. My daughter is an artist, so it's not like I don't think art is cool. Art's awesome. It's very hard to make money. Very hard. Would you say learning email copywriting is a good high-income skill to develop location-dependent income? I am loath to recommend copywriting because of ChatGPT and AI coming on board. So I'm loath to recommend that as a primary income source these days. Because you could build a copywriting business, and if that's all you do, within a year, not today, but within a year, 2, 3, you may not be able to sell that anymore because AI will do it. So normally, yes, but I would offer other services besides copywriting. I want to help businesses get more customers, but I don't want to be the typical marketing agency. I agree. You niche. How to merge marketing and consulting in this case. You can be a marketing consultant. I almost did that. I almost did the whole Jay Abraham thing where I was a marketing consultant. But you niche. Narrow type of company. And you're a marketing consultant for that. You're going to come in and say, I'm going to charge you X amount plus percentage of improvement. You're there. It's awesome. If clients are niche will expect you to be a knowledgeable specialist, how do you make sure you have enough expertise to meet their expectations that satisfy your service? Don't do it unless you know how to do it. And you're only going to do one thing. You're not going to do 14 different things if you're as a consultant or a coach. You're going to focus on one single area. Do you know how to do that one thing? You're good. Not 3 things, and you know one, but you don't know the 2. No, you just focus on one thing you know how to do. If you don't know how to do that one thing, don't do it. Or if you have money, outsource it. You don't even need money sometimes. You can go on Upwork, find an expert who has a shitty personality. You're the front-end consultant. You have them do the back-end work, and you just present the work to the client. I've done that many times. That's fine too. How much time per week is needed? Good question. 15 hours per week minimum, 1-5. If you don't have at least 1-5 hours per week, I would not join this program. You need at least 15 hours a week. 20 is better, 25 is better, but 15 is the minimum. Good idea. You said it's a good idea selling to women. Yes, women is a great market. What kind of offering would you sell to women in mental health? I don't know. That's not my industry. Couldn't tell you. But women is a great market. Yes. Women spend a lot of fucking money. More than men. How many hours would it take to get the business working? 15 hours per week, and it is a 12-week program. So if you put in 15 hours a week minimum, 20 is better, 20, but at 15 minimum hours a week, every week for 12 weeks, and you do what we tell you to do, you'll be making money within 12 weeks. Period. We guarantee it. If you do what we tell you to do. That's a big if. Caleb, love your books. Thank you. My question on starting your second business. If you had a B2B business, would you recommend switching to B2C for your second business or staying with what you know with B2B? Well, hang on. It depends on the scenario. If you're going to start a second B2B business, that is a second B2B business that is, I'm going to take this off the screen. Hang on. It's distracting me. There we go. A second B2B business that is radically different from the first B2B business, totally different service, totally different niche, has nothing to do with it, that would be okay. Or for your own emotional, peace of mind, you can do a B2C. So it really depends. Depends how different your second B2B business is. If it's not that different, I do B2C. Good question. How would you turn a very low margin business into a high one? Sell something completely different. You're selling the wrong thing. If you're selling low margin, you're selling the wrong fucking thing. Sell something completely different that is high margin. Figure it out. What are some of the best skills a consultant can have? Communication, listening, and implementation. Those 3. Listen to the client. Listen. Shut the fuck up. Stop talking. A lot of you guys have a problem with this. Stop talking. Listen. Ask questions. Listen. Ask more questions. Listen. Ask questions. and then implement. That's it. Might be to start the first builder program I emailed it. No, you can join right now, dude. 90daybizbuilder.com. You can join right now. Your deadline is Tuesday, February 28th. How can you scale a consulting business if your time is limited? Good question. So one is, that's the downside of being a consultant, by the way, is your time is limited. You don't sell by the hour. You should get my course if you want. The location-dependent six-figure consultant. I talk about this a lot in that course. It's an entire video course on how to be a consultant. Don't charge by the fucking hour. You charge by the project, or you charge retainer. Now you have a lot more time to sell. Now you can leverage your time much better than you sell by the hour. The biggest problem with consultants is they think they're attorneys and they sell by the hour or by the day. Don't fucking do that. Is a blog necessary for a course business? Necessary? No, it's a good idea, but it is not necessary. What I teach is a free information drip. You either have YouTube videos or a blog or a podcast. One of those three that you're regularly giving your audience. Free, good content. So you don't have to have a blog if you don't want to. I know you change your tune on Pam, would you consider your top 11? Maybe. One of the NFT learners is still portfolio and back-end building a project that is amazing. Cool. Absolutely no. Billy says no to copywriting as a business. Well, there you go. You heard it from the mistress. I really don't have marketable skills because by age 15, what skills should I learn? Sales. Can I remain anonymous and build the business? Yes, I know the result is not going to be as big if I show my face. Okay. Can I give you an estimate how much you'll make? I have no idea what you're selling. So no, I can't give an estimate at all. Can you make money being anonymous? Yes, I did it for years. I made 6 figures being anonymous. It's harder. There are guys in the crypto space that are anonymous. They make plenty of money. It's harder. It's harder to trust a logo than it's to trust your face. When you're talking, it's easier to trust me. I'm sitting here talking to you using my real name and my real face. So it's easier. It's easier for you to buy something from me because I'm talking to you. I'm real. Whereas if I was just a symbol of a dragon, which I was for years, you might not. So it's harder. You can, sure. What are problems you encountered as a computer consultant? Didn't you already ask that question? I didn't get enough clients. I didn't focus on marketing hard enough. That was the biggest problem. Could you do consulting services for wealthy parents of autistic children? That would be a coaching service, not a consulting service. The answer is yes. Coaching. Okay, I write articles in 12 hours. You're asking the same question over and over again. Please don't do that. The last time I had guys doing that, and if I keep seeing you guys ask the same question over and over again, I'm going to ban your ass. Because last time it was insane. Guys just keep changing the wording of the question. Like, what the fuck? I already asked that question. Answer question. Already signed up for the program. Cool. How can someone who doesn't have a set schedule daily as a truck driver manage clients with an erratic work schedule? You have what's called office hours. So you have office hours, and you every week, you probably know week to week what your schedule is, and you just have a little schedule that you tell your clients, this is when I'm available for incoming calls, and then this is the time we're going to schedule meetings. And you don't want a lot of clients just calling you out of the blue all the fucking time anyway. You want to design your business, your consulting business, where you don't have to do that as often, but that's how you do it. A lot of people are in a scenario. It's okay. Niching with affiliate marketing, do you recommend finding a product to market first? Otherwise, if you niche down super specifically, you may not find a product that targets a niche. Well, I don't like selling. I don't like selling hard products, dude. I don't like it. Margins are too low. So you're asking a question outside the scope of what I'm talking about. I don't recommend you sell products, hard products. The margins are too, even as an affiliate, unless the margins are ridiculous. And if they are, then you need to ask yourself, is this a niched product selling a very specific niche with a very specific problem? Here's my favorite example of a niched product. Those gold testers, these people like me who buy a bunch of gold are paranoid. They think the world's going to end tomorrow, and they think everyone's trying to rip them off. So you can sell these gold testers where you like touch the coins with 2 wires. It tells you if the gold is real or not. That is a niche product. That's awesome. Hopefully it's high margin. I don't know. Could you help me if I want to start an OnlyFans agency? I assume that's what you mean. Yes, that's a service. OnlyFans is a service. I have several women in my life who are big OnlyFans people. That's fine. Sure. Now, I don't know how niche that is, though. Every chick's on OnlyFans. 18-year-old girls are OnlyFans. I predicted OnlyFans 20 years ago. I said 20 years ago, in the Western world, it will be normal for white, suburban, normal teenage girls to do porn on the internet. It'll be normal. It'll be the norm. OnlyFans. Some top investors like Changa Munger say crypto is shit. Do you agree? I disagree. Are those folks just outdated and are too obsessed with using the stock market as your main investing vehicle? I wrote an entire article about Warren Buffett over at my blog. You can go to, which blog is it at? alphamale20.com/blog. Charlie Munger and those guys are geniuses in one area. When they start talking about other shit, they're insane. When they talk about politics and economics, they're morons. No, crypto is obviously not shit. Now, Bitcoin could go to zero someday. If that's what he said, he's right. I've said this for 10 years, not 10 years. So many years I've said eventually Bitcoin will go to zero and something will replace it. Just like MySpace went to zero. Someday Facebook will go to zero and something will replace it. So I think, yeah, just got to be careful. For women in selling mental, would coaching service be good, but they receive it from a male? Sure. Depends on what the service is. Even if I started in November, the first one, I got paid the tools. Oh, you need to email Jeff or email us, theonlyblackdragon@gmail.com, that you have an unusual scenario. That I can't help you with. Email my staff. How do I find topics for a course for my niche? I talked about that. What is the problem the niche has? If you don't know, do the research and find out. What is the problem they have? And there's your course. They have this problem. The course is how to fix that problem. That's it. Can you recommend a good book of finding niches? I cannot. I've never seen one, unfortunately. What do you think about this niche? Men in their 40s or 50s who managed to overcome alcohol addiction. Yeah, that's great. High-income leaders, managers to find new. So that second sentence is bullshit? Well, high income, add high income to your first sentence. So high-income men in their 40s who have overcome alcohol addiction. Yes, that's a niche. Does making affiliate websites count as a business? Yes. However, as I mentioned earlier, everything I said earlier, you better be high margin. That shit better be high margin. Don't be selling shit on Amazon with a 13% markup. That's stupid. That's dumb. High margin shit. Sell stuff like my courses. I pay 40 to 60% commission on my courses. That's high margin, for example. Help you craft that. Billy is offering to help someone. I don't know how you can target. Billy, put the @ sign on the guy's name so he knows who you're talking to. Can you do consulting for tech start? Wow, it is really snowing outside. Holy shit. Can you do consulting for tech startup apps to help improve their services? I don't like startups. Obviously, companies to work with would be niched. What I said earlier, I don't like startups. How much money do startups have? Not much. So I don't like it. When people are signing up for the 90 Business Builder, do you set up the business to facilitate the 5 flags lifestyle? Building business in other countries with zero corporate tax, etc. No, that is very complicated and quite expensive. So if you want that kind of thing, you need to join the 500K Business Accelerator program. Instead, that is much more expensive than 90 Business Builder. But in that program, we actually have those services. You talk to like international attorneys who help you set up the corporate structures. It's awesome. But that is a whole different level of service. I thought about connecting online furniture vendors for hospitals with hospitals or medical consultants under construction. What do you think? Great. That sounds fantastic. Great idea. Very good. Broker orders in German-speaking and Scandinavian regions to CNC contract manufacturers in Eastern Europe to receive 30% profit margin. What do you think about this? Pretty good. I think that's good. I would need to do some more thinking on that, but that sounds like you're on the right path. Sounds good. Thanks for answering the question on a coaching service for autistic children. Can I niche even further and focus on autistic children, minority groups in the West, Black African Americans? Yes, but again, what did I say earlier? I like niches that have money. Do blacks in the Western world have a lot of money? Statistically, they don't. Unless you're higher income black people, sure. Right? Sure. And I have nothing against blacks. My son is black, but my son makes money. So my son has high income. He's doing those. He has an Alpha 2 business himself. It's great. How would you decide what to do, either consultant or coaching, if you have experience in the medical field? Thanks for your time. Love your content. Thank you. How would you decide what to do, either consultant or coaching? Well, that's Billy should answer that question, but this is my answer. It's personal preference. So generally speaking, you can make bigger money consulting, but consulting is more complicated because you're dealing with a group of people in an entity. You're dealing with a business. Coaching is much more simple and much more accessible, and it's very high margin, not quite as high margin as consulting. But some people just have a personality where they prefer to work one-on-one than work with a business. So it really is up to your personality. And just ask yourself, would I rather work one-on-one with people and really get them to show results, or I'd rather work with corporations, work with teams? What turns me on more? And then let your brain answer that question for you. Yeah, it's really up to you. For B2C, I was thinking helping chemists, science, PhD students, and postdocs to transition from academia industry. Ooh, from what you said, that seems not like a niche that has money. Yeah, what do you think? Yeah, so you're right. That doesn't sound like a lot of money. So you'd have to micro niche into people from wealthy families. I've seen guys do that. People do that. So people, postdoctorate people from wealthy families, so they have funding. They have access to funds. But just anyone who is postdoctorate, yeah, no, I wouldn't do it. I'm gonna take a drink. Let's see. I can hang out for another few minutes, and then I gots to go. I'll give you a few more minutes to have more questions. Are we done with the questions? Hang on, I need a drink. Watch my water explode. Weird. This water tastes like shit. Aquafina. All right. Are we done? I don't see more questions. Why am I all of a sudden, did the questions suddenly out? Are we still live and shit? Yeah, we're live. Did I fuck something up here? Or just, let's see. 90daybizbuilder.com. Your deadline to schedule the call is Tuesday. So you can still schedule the call for after Tuesday because the curriculum starts to the following Saturday. But that's it. You can't start if you wait too long. This is probably my favorite program that I have in this company. Now, we have a lot of programs. I like UMS too. I like 500K too. I like all our programs. But if you put a gun in my head, I probably like this one the best because the transformations I've seen. I just love seeing people who've never started a business get that first client and get that, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. That is so awesome to me. And something to do with the fact that I was raised poor or something like that. There's something in my childhood that makes me light up. Like, oh. Okay. Oh my God, all the questions came in. Holy shit. B2C niche, tech scouting, tech consulting for investments companies to find deep tech in batteries, fuel cells. Sounds better. I just don't know that industry very well. And I worked with a guy who invented a type of fuel cell. That sounds good to me, but you're getting complicated enough where I don't know. I didn't go to college, but that sounds good. If you're dealing with a problem that they have. Yes. Leave the US and start a business in Colombia or start a business in the US first? That is one of the most common questions I get. That is up to you. That is completely up to you. If you have money in savings, I'm biased for that question. I would get the fuck out as fast as humanly possible. But that's my bias. If you have money in savings and you got plenty of money and you can live cheaply in Colombia, get the fuck out. Yes. If that'd be complicated, then don't. Start your business and get out. Real quick thing about 5 flags moving out of the country. I've said this 10,000 times. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. If you wait 5 years and leave the United States, it's going to be hard. You won't be able to get 5 residencies like I've got. You wait 5 years, good luck. Unless you're rich, unless you're wealthy. If you're wealthy, you can do whatever you want. But if you're not wealthy, every year this gets harder. So, you want to get on this shit, guys. CNC broker for before. At the moment, I only get clients through B2B cold calling and LinkedIn. Okay, no experience in marketing. Would it also work in Dubai? Absolutely. Dubai is booming. A lot of money in Dubai. That's why I'm there. It's good. So affiliate marketing with an info product. Yes. Now I'm with you. For example, an info product teaching not too tech savvy feature over 40 to trade Bitcoin. Is that too niched? There's no such thing as too niched. It's just a Bitcoin course. Okay. There's no such thing as too niched. Don't worry about being too niched. Worry about not being niched enough. Let me say that again. Very important for you guys to get this in your head. Never worry about being too niched. Always worry about not being niched enough. What you just said is fine. That is a niche. People over 40 who don't know anything about Bitcoin to get started, yes, that's valid. The coaches and the participants will help you with your niche and which path to pursue. Thank you, Billy. I didn't mention that. So in the 9-day Business Builder program, we spend 5 weeks on nothing but niche and offering. 5 fucking weeks. The first month, more than a month, because it's so important. And guys do it wrong all the time. It's so easy to screw up. So we spend the first month plus on nothing but niche and what to sell. That we go crazy with that. We really get deep with that stuff. You start as soon as you sign up for the program, because the initial videos you get on, okay, here's you got to do the initial assignments. Here's what you do to start brainstorming your niche. We go into that hardcore. Then we evaluate your niche. Hey, this is my niche idea, and you'll have at least 3 people, probably 5 people, look at your niche and say, yes, this is good. No, it's not. Got to tweak this. So by the end of 4 or 5 weeks, you've got a perfect fucking niche and a perfect offering, because we want to make sure you make money. Here's the deal. Let me give you my personal. Hang on. The guarantee is we work with you forever until you make money. Here's a little secret. I don't want to work with you forever. I got other shit to do. That means I got to pay my staff to work with you forever. No thanks. I don't want to do that. So I want you making the money. I want you making that multi-$1,000 within 12 weeks. A, that's A. B, I want testimonials from you. I'm being totally honest with you. I want testimonials from you. The video testimonials we have. At the end of 12 weeks, I want you on video saying, I started with this. I'm now making this, because that makes me more money. So we really want you to make money in this program. Our entire focus is getting you to make that money. That's my ulterior motive. So we're hardcore about this. We want you making that money. We don't want you quitting the program. We don't want you getting frustrated. We don't want you getting stuck. We don't want you being confused. That's why we're in there every day helping you to make sure you make that money. Okay? We're hardcore about this. Billy will tell you. I want to work with Spanish-speaking countries. Do you think I have to work much harder? Harder. Well, depends what you're selling. Sell something high margin in Spanish-speaking countries, and you may have to work harder because of the income disparity? Possibly. Now, if you live in the Western world, the Latin world, your costs are lower, right? So you can do that too. My favorite 5 flags model is to live where it's cheap and sell to people where it's expensive. So you live in Thailand, you sell to people in London. Okay, you live in Ecuador and you sell to people who live in New York. That's my favorite model, because then you need a few clients and you're good to go the rest of your life. It's awesome, smart. Oh, Billy agrees with me. This is my favorite program. Being able to geek out about business. Well, yeah, we're both business nerds. Business badassery should really be business nerds. What will happen to SMIC? It was replaced with UMS, the Unchained Man Society, at unchainedmansociety.com. Is that where it is? Unchainedmansociety.com? It was replaced. How many hours a week are you usually prospecting? Do you think there are any advantages of knowing both English and Spanish? Thanks again. Those 2 different questions. Prospecting. You mean marketing? I don't prospect. I'm not a front-end sales guy. I'm a CEO. So I do marketing. How many hours a week do I spend marketing? A day or 2 a week. A day or 2. An entire day or 2 marketing, or doing what I call expansion work. What was your other question? Are there advantages to knowing English and Spanish? Is there an advantage to knowing Spanish if you spend time in the Latin world? Absolutely. I would love to learn Spanish. I don't have time. You can get around not speaking Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. I'll be in Paraguay in about 5 days for about 3 weeks. I don't speak any Spanish. But it helps. Absolutely. If you spend a lot of time in the Latin world, absolutely. Your dating life, your business life. All that gives you a huge edge if you speak Spanish. That is correct. How do you do deep work or focus? I set a timer. I'll put on meditation music and I go. That's what I do. Can I charge coaching clients based on value instead of an hourly rate? Only if you're dealing with higher income. That's a good question. Only if you're dealing with higher income coaching clients. So if you're doing coaching for like CEOs, successful entrepreneurs, people like me, you're coaching people like me, then you could. It's dicey, but you could. Other than that, no, you can't. That's again the beauty of consulting. You want to charge improvement. How to have an info drip with an online course? Can you do it passively, pay-per-click, etc.? You can't do info drips passively because you need to create content all the time. So it doesn't matter what you're selling. Info drip is the same. Videos, podcast, blog. Pick one. Video is better. Podcast is less bad. Blogging is worse, but can still work depending on the niche. Pick one and go into it. You know what's fascinating about blogs is should I say his name? I won't say his name. Someone who many of you would know if I said his name, a big guy in the blogosphere. And I used to read his blog, 15 years ago. Good guy. Well, used to be a good guy. I'm not going to say his name. And I went back to his blog again. I want to check him out. I wonder how so-and-so is doing. And I went to his blog and it was the exact same shit. The exact same layout he had like in 2005. He hasn't updated his blog and he's still blogging every day. I'm like, dude, you got it. What the fuck are you doing? Interesting. Don't get stuck in time. What do you think of Wolf of Wall Street? Did you like it? I love that movie. It's great. It's fucking awesome. Plus, I love the 80s because I'm an 80s nerd. I'm from the 80s. What about an online site selling cannabis snacks and edibles from Thailand? Not niched enough. I mean, everyone sells cannabis. So you need to be more niched. From Thailand, I don't know if that's good enough niche. I don't know if that's a value to the marketplace. Is people into cannabis, is stuff from Thailand better? I don't know. I don't think so. So I don't think it's niche enough. Everyone's doing cannabis now, except people live in Dubai where it's illegal. Yeah. All right, let's do 3 more questions, and I will. I got a vamonos. How do I turn off screen sharing? Oh, stop screen. There we go. Got it. Cool. Okay. There we go. Well, you guys are typing questions. Let me check my phones here. I'm very popular today. Oh, man. When it rains, it pours. Okay. If you have a job in country A but want to move to country B and open a business there, how do you handle that transition? Would it be preferable to do both simultaneously but not possible? It would be preferable to do simultaneously but not possible. I don't understand your question. How do you just do it? You would move there, then set up the business there, which would be easier if you're on the ground there to set up business there anyway. It'd be harder to set up business when you're not there. You just move there and you do it. I did it. I don't understand your question. If living cheap in Thailand and selling expensive in New York, why Dubai? I don't understand the question. You could sell to people in Dubai, sure. Dubai's expensive. So you can live in Thailand and sell people in Dubai. Is that what you're asking? Sure. Nobody's going to be able to buy foreign cannabis. Ghost of McAfee. Hi, John McAfee. What's the best business book or veining resource for beginner? Best book or veining resources for beginners? Best business book? Best business book for beginners? Probably the E-Myth by Michael Gerber. E-Myth Revisited. What's your opinion on building a software company for your location-dependent business as opposed to info products, coaching, consulting? Here's the problem with software. It takes 1 billion years to write it, and it'll always take triple or quadruple the cost you plan on. So I like to get to money fast. Is getting to money fast if you write software? Hell no. You'll be dicking around, and I've worked with a lot of guys who've made apps, and not one of them are happy because they're busting their ass for 1.5 years. They made no money. They thought it would be 22,000. It ended up being 75,000. It sucks. So I don't recommend it at all. I just don't. There are so many easier ways to make money fast. You know, writing an app or doing software development or even SaaS to a degree, that's something that is your third business. That's the third business you start, not the first. Get the fucking money on the first business. This is what I did. I didn't start off with software development. I'm doing some stuff now in the healthcare industry that's very complex. Very complex. But I would never do it as a first business. It's my third business. So that, to me, that's a third business opportunity, not your first, not even your second. With your first business, make money and make it fast. Get the income up. Second business, make more money. Now in your third business, you can do the shit that costs a lot of money and takes 2 years and complex and all that shit. Okay? That's my opinion. Do you cover company registration topic in this program? We touch on it. So here's the deal, and Billy is much more big on this than I am. It is not required for you to set up an LLC to set up your own business. It's not required. You can. We do discuss it. It is a component of this program, but we don't spend a lot of time on it. We want you to get from zero the money. I even say, this is legal in most countries, just go to your bank, set up a second personal checking account, personal account, and just designate that as your business account and run your bookkeeping system through that account. And that's it. That's legal. You don't need to set up a business if you don't want to. But we do cover it. Yes, we do. Any books you recommend for people looking into consulting work or find a niche? Appreciate you, man. Have your book. Cool. I was already asked, what is a good book on finding a niche? There is no such thing that I have heard of. The best consulting book on consulting specifically is $1 Million Consulting by Alan Weiss. Consulting, targeting a growth region in the world, a good niche. A growth region in the world is not a niche. No. It's very broad. What niche? I meant sales. Best book that teaches you how to sell. Best sales book. Boy, there's a lot. Best one to teach you how to sell. Psychology of Selling by Brian Tracy. I went to Thailand to train kickboxing full-time in the past. Should I make an ebook guide on how to prepare to do it, or is it too intuitive? An ebook on how to do kickboxing, not niche enough. Not niche enough. One more level of niche, and then you're there. So you're on the right path, but you're not there yet. Okay. I have to go. How long have we been online here? Ooh, almost 2 hours. Perfect. 90daybizbuilder.com. If you're watching the recording of this video, your deadline is February 28th to schedule your phone call. You don't have to sign up on this phone call. Matthew is very nice. We're very nice to you. It's fine. And that way you'll get a specific pricing. Oh, yes, you can do a payment plan. Guys have asked, can we do a payment plan? Yes, you can do a payment plan. You don't have to pay it all at once. Yes, it's tax deductible. Yes, it is. All right, last question. I got a jet. Specifically, let's say you consult for solar power companies in Kenya, Tanzania, Ethiopia only. Yeah, that's great. That is a great niche. Love it. Love it to death. All right. Thank you guys very much. 90daybizbuilder.com. If you want to do it all yourself, I just gave you the materials to do this. If you want our help, where we walk you through the process and you just follow instructions and make money, 90daybizbuilder.com. Your deadline is in a few days. Cool? Cool. Thank you very much. Have fun.